Hi everyone, and welcome to another session of Building Blocks. I'm Judy Brown from the Little Fabric Garden, and today I've got a cute little project, and it is pretty easy, kind of quick, and I think that you're really going to like it. I found this project a couple of years ago, and I tried it, and I really liked it. I think I found a video on YouTube or something like that as I go through looking for new projects to do. And it looked like it was a lot of fun, and so I decided to try it. So this is what it is, and you can use it as an ornament for your Christmas tree. You can make them bigger and just have them like maybe like on a string, with different fabrics. So it's a pretty easy thing to do, and you're going to find out how easy in just a second. So to do this little project, you need a few things, and you really don't need many. You need 2 fabrics, and you need a darker one and a lighter one, which you can see I have here. These 2 are from Moda. This one is from me and my sister, and this one came from this collection right here by Basic Gray. And so I just kind of used them both. The colors were good, and I'm going to use these guys. You also need something round. Now, if you're like me and you have 100 of these plastic lids, it's a good time to use them as a template. Or you can use a plate of some sort. It doesn't make any difference. What you need to have it to be about this size, you need to have it be about 7.5 inches in diameter. Now these could be, a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. A lot of people use like a lid to one of their pans to do it as a template. But whatever you choose, don't worry about it. Now, I thought that using a layer cake might be a good thing to do, especially if you were going to do a whole bunch of them. If you were going to make, multiples, or wanted to give them as gift or put them on a gift instead of a bow, you could find a layer cake, that has a bunch of different prints in it that, you could put together. Now, the best thing to do when you are picking your fabrics for this is to pick something with small prints. I really wanted another print. I was going to use another print. But when I looked at it, I thought, oh no, by the time I fold it back, that's not going to work. So it's best to use small prints for this project. And you can see some other things over here that we are going to be needing, and you'll see how that works in a little while. So here are the things that I need for this project, and we are going to get started right now. So what I need to do is to take this, and these 2 pieces that I am using for this project today, I used fat quarters. But like I said, if you had a layer cake, it would be really good because they're 10-inch squares. You could just put your template right in the middle and then just trace around it. So with the fat quarters, you'll be able to get more than one, and you could do them in reverse. On this one, the red is on the outside and the green is on the inside. You could do 2 of them and just reverse it, have the green on the outside and the red on the inside. But we're just going to do 1. And so what I'm going to do is go to the wrong side of the fabric, and I'm going to take this little crooked template that I have. It's been through the dishwasher a few times, I do believe. So I am going to put it on here, and I am going to trace around it. You can do this with a pencil, with a pen. This is with one of those Frixion pens that when you put the iron on it, they disappear. And so you can see, you're just going to trace around that like that, and then get the other one and do the same. Now you could stack them, put one on top of the other and then maybe pin it and cut around it after you do that. But I think that you get a more accurate cut if you do them separately. So I am going to do them separately. probably if I was doing this for myself, I probably would be stacking them. All right, so around we go here. Okay. Now, if I would have used this, I think it would have been a little bit bigger, but this one I think is a better size for what we're doing here today. All right, so now I'm just going to cut around on the circle that I've drawn. Just going to go around there and get these two cut out. It doesn't look like I'm cutting very straight, but I'm doing the best I can here. All right, my circles have been cut and I have put them right sides together. I am going to sew 1/4 of an inch all the way around here, but I will leave about a 2-inch space so that I'll be able to turn it. So I'm just going to do a little marking here and one here so that I know where to begin and where to stop. All right, so here I come over here to this machine, and remember, it's going to be a 1/4 of an inch to do this. All right. And you could, if you wanted to, if you were worried about it slipping, and it might slip a little bit, but you might want to put a few pins around to kind of hold it in place. I'm being a daredevil and I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to go around. And I'm coming to the end, and here we are. And I'm not even going to back stitch it. And I'm going to snip this here and get rid of this big long one here. And I'm also going to do a couple of little snips around because it is circular, and you may end up with like a clump in there if you don't do that. So I'm not going to do very many of them. I'm just going to do a few. And you have to be very careful you don't get too close to your sew line, because you don't want to cut the threads. So I'm just going to do a few. So now I am going to turn it right side out. Oops, I see another long thread here. Don't know where he came from. There. Hope I have them all by now. Let's see. All right. And so when you're doing this, like you can get it, pretty round with your fingers going through there, but a lot of times it's good to get something. There are like wooden pushers that you can put in here to round this out. I usually use my purple fang, which is, this little tool, and I go around the edges to see if I can smooth that out a little bit, and I will take it over and press it also. Yeah, so let's see if I can get it going this way. And because it's on, like you're in a circular motion, it's kind of like on the bias, so it should be pretty easy to straighten out, or to round out, I should say. All right. So it's looking pretty good. Here we've got the little white print on that side and the red print on here. I'm going to take it over and I'm going to press it. And when I come over to this part where I left my my 2 inches, or pretty close to 2 inches, I'm going to fold it down the best that I can and press that down also. But first I'm going to go around here. Press this down. I'm gonna flip it over, and I'll do it on this side also. All right, so now I am going to try and do this so that it stays round. And sometimes that's kind of hard to do, to get it. My fingers are just too chubby. Okay, so I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Over the whole thing again. All right, so now I am going to take it back over to the machine, and this time I'm going to top stitch it. And I'm going to top stitch it about 1/8 of an inch all the way around, and when I do it, where my opening is, I'm hoping that I will be able, and I should be able to catch that so that it will be sewed closed. All right, so here I go back over here, and I am going to just kind of top stitch this about 1/8 of an inch. All right. This one I am going to back stitch. These off. Get rid of this. And okay. And so here it is, and it's, you know, top stitched around. You know, and the opening has been closed. All right, so now we're going to come to the next section. Now, if you noticed on this one, the red is on the outside, the green is on the inside. So whatever color, and we're going to fold this, whatever color you want to be, these pieces coming up here, the folded back piece, has to be on the inside. So I think I'm going to do, when I do it this time, I'm going to put the red on the inside because I'd like it to be on the outside. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take it over and fold it kind of like a taco. All right, and I'm going to give it a little press here and a little press here. Make sure that I know where the halfway point is. And I'm going to come over and I'm going to get my needle, and I've already threaded it and knotted it. And the first thing I'm going to do is where that fold is, oops, let me move over a little bit so the iron's not in the way. I am going to stick it through here, and then I'm going to bring it around, and I am going to, oops, I think I'm going to go this way. Put it through here. All right, so now I am going to bring those up. Bring these up like this, and I'm going to stitch them closed. Okay. Just going to go through a couple times, make sure I've caught both sides at once. Do it twice. And do a little knot. I don't know if it would come out, but you just never know. They always come out when you least expect it. So I'm going to knot it, make sure it doesn't. Okay. All right, so we have this connected. So now what we're going to do is the same thing. We've got our taco, and we're going to press it down here again, although this time it's a little easier to know where you're going to do it, and you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to come here where it's folded, and you're going to stick it through, and you're going to do the same thing over here where you folded it, and you're going to stick it through, and you are going to bring it up like this. And they should line that up. There we go. Didn't want to move up there. Okay. All right. And we are going to do the same thing to this. We are going to sew it closed. One more. There we go. I'm going to knot it. I think I'm going to give it another, just to make sure. Where are we? There we are. Okay, so now I'm going to snip this, and this is what we have. Now, isn't that cute? Yeah, so what we do now is we flatten it out. I'm just going to flatten it out like this, and when we do that, it makes kind of like a little square in the back, and now all we do is take these and we flip them. We're going to flip it, go to the next one, we're going to flip it, and then we'll go back and we will straighten them out. Okay. Now you can make them as, you know, your little flips, as big or as skinny, as fat or as skinny as you want them to be. And we get these little things out. Now, last week, a friend of mine had taken the same pattern, and before she sewed them together, she stuffed it. She put like that fiber fill in there, and she stuffed them up, and then she sewed. She did the same thing, but she ended up with, she made pin cushions with them, and it's the same pattern. After much straightening around here, finally got this to where I wanted it to be. And so this is the finished product. Now, what you need to do to get the hanger is to, you know, get a needle and thread. You can use that nice gold stuff that's, you know, that I have on this one, but of course I couldn't find mine, so I'm just going to use this. I think it might be like floss of some sort, and I had it at home, so I'm just going to take it, I'm going to stick it up through one of the points. I'm going to bring it back down through that same area. All right. Okay, and then I am going to snip this. Let's do the little snippers. I'm going to tie it in a knot. And I hope your fingers work better than mine do, because sometimes it's not quite so easy to get all of them working here, all these little threads working. Okay, so I got that, and then this will get folded under in the back, and you can trim off the excess so you can't see it sticking out of the back. And then you got your little hanger to hang it on the tree or wherever you want. And then, like as I did on this one, you can put a center, you can get a button to put in the center, and you can sew it on, like I did on another one that I did. But this one I glued it, you know, I just used my hot glue gun and I did it. So there are a lot of different buttons that you can get, you know, holiday buttons to put in here. So this is how you make it. You know, it's not hard at all. I think that if I do it again, I would like to make it a little bit bigger, because you really can't see the white in here as well as I would like it to be. So I think I'm going to have to dig out my the lid to one of my bigger pans and try it with that and see what size it comes down to. But this is, you know, this is the little project. It really isn't a hard thing to do, kind of cute. Just, you know, watch the video again, and if you need the pattern, you can find it at the library site, on their website, or you can stop at the store or at the library and you can get a copy of it. And I hope you like this little project. It's fun to do, and they really do look pretty cute on the tree. So till the next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.